Hey guys, Kingkade here and welcome back to another video. And in this video we are going to be spending 100 million of the Easter coins on Arm Wrestling Simulator. Let's get right into this. So as you can see, we currently have 31 million, but we also have our alt account right over here that also has 29 million. So add that together, we currently have 60 million candy coins, but we are going to be getting more. But what we're going to be spending the candy coins on is the brand new best pet in the game, which we go ahead and get from the Easter merchant over here. So the twisted merchant and the new best pet in the game that you don't pay Robux for or anything is currently this one right here. So this one does times 90 million, which is actually better than the Shadow Dominus. So if y'all don't know, the Shadow Hound is the best pet from World 9, which is currently the best world. So this was previously the best pet, but it's now been overtaken by this one, which is the new best. So this is just a regular baby. It's not even Void, Huge, Goliath, and all that other stuff yet. So whenever we go ahead and do all that, this will actually be better than the Shadow Dominus. And as you can see, these cost 2.2 million each. So basically we're going to be buying 45 of these. And why we need 45 is because we have to go ahead and make them into gold. And to make them into gold, we want to get the guaranteed chance. And to get guaranteed 100%, we need 5 of them. So we gotta go ahead and get 5 of them to make 1 golden. And we need 3 goldens to make it big. So that's already a total of 15 of them. And then we need 3 bigs to make it into a huge. So that is a total of 45 of these. So that comes out at a total of 99 million Easter coins. So yeah, quite pricey. And also for those who are thinking that we can just use the Phoenix Fruit on it, the Phoenix Fruit actually doesn't work on exclusives. So as you can see, it says no exclusives, so it won't work to go ahead and make it into a big and a huge. And as you can see, this is an exclusive. So basically we gotta buy 45 of these so we can go ahead and make them into big. But there is also another problem. The shop right here refreshes every 20 minutes. So that means we can only get 2 of them every 20 minutes because it's one stock and we have 2 accounts. So this is gonna take us a long time. So I think that's gonna take us a total of 10 hours just to go ahead and buy all of them because of how much the shop refreshes. But anyway, let's go ahead and grab our very first one. So there we go. Now we have to go ahead and wait until the shop restocks. So let's go ahead and look that up. So I think it was the Sour Dominus. So here it is. So it does times 5 for this world, but it does times 90 million for all the other worlds. And also it is best friend 8 as well. So that is also pretty cool. I think it had a small chance for best friend 9, and yeah, it has a 0.1% chance for best friend 9. So if we're able to get one of those, that would actually be pretty cool. So now let's go ahead and hop on discount. Also, there's another problem. Sometimes there's actually the Candy Crush arm like there is in this one right here. So that is another issue because sometimes whenever it refreshes, it's not even in the shop. So that means it's just gonna take us even longer to go ahead and get 45 of these. But anyway, let's go and check it out, see what it looks like right now. So that is what it currently looks like. Actually, one of the coolest pets. I really like the look of that. But since we still need 40 million Easter coins, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and be AFK in this box over here while we wait for the shop to refresh, and then we'll come back every 20 minutes to go ahead and buy the new pet from the shop, and then we'll continue to AFK. And hopefully by the time we get all 45, we'll have enough Easter coins to go ahead and keep buying them. So this is probably gonna take me multiple days to do, but y'all will go ahead and see it all in one video. But anyway, let's go ahead and start AFKing the boss and stacking up on these Easter Dominuses right here. It's now been a few days, and this is what our team is looking like right here. We have so many of these Sour Dominuses. We have a total of 40 of them. So I went ahead and bought almost all of these myself. I did go ahead and trade for, I believe, like 5 of them because it's currently been like 3 whole days. We only managed to get like 35 or somewhere around there. So I went ahead and traded for 5 of them. But the other 35 I did go ahead and buy myself. So we have all of these. I did go ahead and trade for 1 void. So that means that is another void that we don't have to make ourselves, which is pretty nice. Which before we go ahead and craft these together, let's also equip these ones so we can go ahead and see how much strength we get from these. So this one, that is not what we want. We want the times 4. So all of these are times 5 though. So these all give us times 5 strength for this world, which is gonna be crazy. Also, by the way, we got so many arms from that as well because usually I just skip the arms and I didn't buy them, but then like halfway through I decided to continue buying them. So then we just have all these arms right here, which is crazy. Bought all of these myself. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and see how much strength we get from these. So let's go ahead and punch this at 49.1 thousand. That's actually pretty good. Let's go ahead and click auto train and just look how fast our strength is going up. Our strength is going up like crazy. We can just go ahead and go AFK right here for like 5 minutes, and then we'll have an insane amount of strength. Let's actually see if there's a leaderboard for this world. I don't think there is. So there's only the leaderboard for top coins over here. So there's no top strength leaderboard. So we don't need to worry about that. Yeah, if you just go ahead and punch this, we get so much strength though. We get 49.1 thousand. That may not seem like a lot, but that actually is. Let's go ahead and set this as our team. So if you go ahead and click unequip all, you see we only get 248. That is terrible. But all of these right here that do times 5, let's go ahead and equip that. We get 49 99.1 thousand. That is insane. Yeah, all of these look so cool though. But anyway, we have to craft them together to go ahead and make them as powerful as possible. Since we now have all these sour dominuses that we need, let's go ahead and teleport over to the space gem, which is world 2, and let's go ahead and make these into golden. So let's craft them into golden before we make them into big. So over here, and now we just have to go ahead and toss all of these in. So we're gonna toss 5 in at a time just so we get the guaranteed 100% chance. So it's possible that we could have done this with like only 9 of these, but the chances would be very rare because that would be a 20% chance every time. So we could do the 80% chance, but we're not even gonna risk it. We're just doing the guaranteed 100% chance because I don't want to risk losing any of these. Also, by the way, I did go ahead and check all of them, see if any of them were best friend 9, and none of them were. So none of these are best friend 9, so they're all just best friend 8, and it looks like we are maybe one short. I might risk the 80%. Let's go ahead and check it real quick. So let's type in a sour dominus. So all of these are golden. So 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then 1 2, and yep, this is the third one. So I guess we will risk it. It is 80%, so it is likely, but let's see. And all right, good. So we luckily didn't lose it right there. That is good. Let's go ahead and equip all these golden ones. So now we gotta make them into void, which I do have the game pass that allows us to make them into void instantly, so that should help us. But this is what the goldens are looking like right here, looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and teleport over to the beach, and now let's go ahead and toss them in the void machine. So all of these, and we do have the instant void, so should be pretty fast. So there we go. Now we have all of these. Now we gotta make them into huge, and I gotta lie. So here we go. Let's go ahead and craft them into bigs and big. Also, by the way, if you're wondering, we actually couldn't use the phoenix fruit on this. So the phoenix fruit right here, you actually can't use it on exclusives. As you can see, it says no exclusives at the bottom, which this actually counts as an exclusive. So we couldn't use the phoenix fruit on it. So that is why we're doing all that. So there we go. So it's now a huge. Let's teleport back over to the space gem because we need to make it into a Goliath. So over here, let's go ahead and toss it in. There we go. We'll cost us 100 bolts. Let's go ahead and skip this, using up like the rest of my Robux right there. And now let's go ahead and check it out. So there are still like 2 more things that we gotta do. So now what we need to do is we need to make it into a ghost. So let's go ahead and teleport over to the bunker. So we need to turn it into a ghost, and then we also need to get the red trail on it, which looking at this thing is actually massive now. This is probably like one of the biggest pets in the game. Usually whenever pets are like huge and stuff, they aren't that big. So just this one is a Goliath fully maxed out, and this is how big it is. It's very tiny, but this one is actually massive, which looks awesome. But anyway, we have to go ahead and make it into a ghost. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can get first try, which as you can see, this thing is actually way bigger compared to everything else. Let's see if we can get first try. Hopefully we can. If we can't, that is a-okay, but if we could, and no, it is just rainbow. But anyway, we gotta go ahead and keep doing that, constantly curing it just like this, and then we just gotta go ahead and keep repeating that until we get it into a ghost. And after about 30 minutes, we finally got it. We finally got a ghost on it. So let's actually go ahead and look it up. So here it is right here. It now has ghost. Let's equip it, and there we go. So now it's massive, and we can barely see it as well since it is a ghost. This one you can actually see a lot better than some others. Some other ones are pretty much invisible, such as this one. If you equip this one, you like can't see it because it's pretty much invisible. So I actually like how this new one looks. So this one actually took me so much longer than other ones. Usually turning something into a ghost takes me like 10 minutes. This one took me 30 minutes, which was crazy. But anyway, there's one more thing that we need to do. So let's go ahead and teleport over to the space center. So world 7, because we actually need to put the slime thing on it, which actually there's something else that we gotta do after we do this as well. But anyway, this should multiply by like 2.5 or somewhere around there. So let's go ahead and check it out. So if we get it, it multiplies it by 2.25. So that means after we do this, it should do somewhere around 2 billion. So I will take that. If it does somewhere around 2 billion, that's a lot better than the Shadow Hound, which this one isn't max. I traded away my max one, but I believe max does like 1.8 billion. So that means this one would be 200 million better, which is pretty good. But anyway, I think this is actually gonna take longer than turning it into ghost. They did increase the chances, so instead of 1%, it's now 1.7% chance to get a red. So that is what we're aiming for. But anyway, let's go ahead and go in here. So we gotta go ahead and roll it. So click on it, roll it, there we go. And then after we roll that, we gotta teleport back over to the bunker, and then we gotta run back over to the cure machine over here, click on de-slime, click this, and then we gotta select our pet, which is this one. So once this little thing right here is a red, that is when we won't like de-slime it, and then we will keep it, such as these ones. These ones are all red besides this purple one. But anyway, we gotta click on it, click confirm, and now we gotta wait a minute for it to de-slime, and then we gotta go ahead and keep repeating this until we get the red trail. It's now the next day, and we finally got the red trail on it, which I was just about to give up, but we finally got the red trail. So here it is right here. It does 2 billion. So there's still 2 more things that we can do to make it even better. And here it is right here, looking pretty cool with the red trail behind it. Yeah, I was just about to give up because I've been doing that for nearly 2 hours, somewhere around there, and I even been skipping it. I went ahead and bought more Robux so I could skip the 1-minute timer, and yeah, I went ahead and slimed it around like 150 times. It's nearly a 2% chance, and we just now got it. So we got extremely lucky. I was just gonna put a purple trail on it and call it good, but we just got the red trail. But anyway, now what we need to do is we need to level it up because it's currently level 1, which we luckily actually do have lots of XP. So let's just go ahead and search it up just like this, just so it's the only one. And alright, so we do have tons of XP items, especially these sharks right here. So each one of these sharks gives 150% XP, which is awesome. So alright, so we are able to feed it multiple at once. That's good because I did not want to click it 342 times. So there we go, feed all of it. Now let's go and check it out. Level 68, and now it does 2.7 billion. So it doesn't show up on this little icon, but right here 2.7 billion, and we do have even more. So we have tons of fish as well. So fish, let's go and click on it, and not really sure how much we need, maybe like 1,000. It's now level 87, and it does 2.9 billion, which is insane. So 2.9 billion. Best friend 8. The best friend 8 doesn't really do anything since it is our best pet. Let's also make sure we lock it so we don't accidentally delete it. 2.9 billion. That is over 1 billion better than the Shadow Dominus. So the Shadow Dominus right here, level 17, 1.5. So yeah, it is a lot better than that, 2.8. And there is also one more thing. The very last thing we can do is equip the best hat on it. So the Demon Crown. So this increases it by 75%. So let's go ahead and toss it on. There we go. So this is what it's currently looking like. That crown is absolutely massive. So I went ahead and did the math, and with this crown on it, it now does 5 billion strength. So it now does times 5 billion, which is insane. I don't think the 5 billion counts for like all of these other best friend 8s. So these best friend 8s, I think these only work on the base multiplier right here, so it would be 2.9 billion. But this pet alone does 5 billion now, which is insane. It still only gives us times 5 strength in the Easter world, which does kind of stink, but it's alright. But anyway, that is what we got from spending over 100 million Easter coins. We got a fully maxed out pet, and we also got all these Easter arms right here, which we'll go ahead and craft them together in another video and make the best arm possible. But anyway, that's gonna go ahead and be all for this video, so make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I will see you all in the next video.